And so, can you tell a story about Mitch, or just to give us an image of Mitch as a comedian, or as a genius, or as a, super nice guy, or you know what I mean? Or like when you guys would hang out, you guys were just bros and you guys would chill.
Well, he was a really great friend, and he was a fun friend. Like,
Yeah.
he liked doing pranks. He liked,
Really?
I mean, but they were silly pranks. Like, and
Yeah.
like, he'd call up and disguise his voice like he was somebody
Prank
else,
calls.
but you could always usually tell it was him, you know. And I mean, he rarely got
Oh
me
my
on it,
God.
but it was cute that he made the effort.
That
And
movie is so charming that he made. I never realized he did that. He
what
wrote
looked,
and directed a movie,
yeah,
and it's on YouTube. Los Enchiladas.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
I think if you
he would
edited,
come
you could
on,
edit a killer half an hour out of that, I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, he was great. You know, this is before computers and cell phones, you know, so he'd call me a lot. He'd call me in the middle of the night. He'd call me, I'd
Okay.
be on the road, and
And
he'd
hang.
call my hotel, and
Huh.
just always, and my favorite memories of Mitch, because Mitch was a um Mitch kept notebooks,
Yeah.
and I kept notebooks. These are all my comedy notebooks right here.
Oh yeah. Wow. So
I've been
how
keeping
old
these
or how
since
long
I
have
since I was 20 years old.
Jesus, that is so cool, dude.
So my favorite
So
memories of Mitch was him coming over to my apartment in New York, or me going to his place, or wherever we were, if we met up on the road or something, and
yeah.
us sharing thoughts from our notebooks to each other and
Okay.
reading each other. And I personally think Mitch Hedberg 1998 to 2000 was peak Hedberg.
Genius.
So I believe I got to hear a lot of these bits for the first time before anybody did.
Yeah. The
So I think
people
I
love
think
quoting him.
those are my favorite memories of Mitch, is just us being
Bros.
great friends and comedians, and hey, what do you think of this one? And
Oh,
you know, okay,
what do you
what do
think
you
of
think of this
this?
one? You
Yeah.
know, and that's that's what I missed the most
Yeah. Hanging
was
out.
and I was mad at Mitch for a few years because when he got into heroin,
Isolated?
he really, I mean, it's what heroin addicts do.
It's what
They
addicts do. Yeah.
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 So, and I felt slighted, but after he died, I met his mother, and his mother told me she felt the exact same way.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just me. He
That's
shut
the
out a lot
drugs.
of people from his life.
Yeah.
But, the thing I missed the most was, that we were comedians and we loved what we were doing. And, if my friend thinks this is funny, this has got to be a great bit.
Yeah. Like one of the best comedians ever, in a way, in a lot of ways, and just he had the full package, the looks, the work ethic, the kindness, the raw talent of, the improv, the joke writing. He had it all, like
Yeah.
and it's just getting that right special that hits at the right time, or getting into the zeitgeist or whatever of, but you can't force it. You got it or you don't, like it happens or it doesn't, like he is a guy that the cool guys know, and and he's a fucking genius, and he did leave behind quite a bit when you go look at it.
Yeah. And, I think the important thing, like when I was younger, I wanted to be edgy, and I always thought it was clever to do political stuff, but
Mm.
political stuff doesn't last.
And
Political
yeah, and nobody really
political
cares,
stuff has a very short shelf life. I mean, if you
and
go
you don't want
back
to be
on
smart
it,
guy.
you go back and put on a Dick Gregory album or a Mort Saul record, it's like
No.
they might as well be speaking Greek or something.
Yeah, nobody cares about jokes about Nixon.
or anything. And then
Yeah.
and then dirty jokes don't have the staying power of clean jokes. And the greatest lesson from Mitch Hedberg's life is that to write clean, funny jokes
Yeah.
is to write timeless jokes that will last long beyond when you are dead,
People
and that
love
you
quoting
can
them.
still be touching people's lives.
True.
So, it took me a long time to see that. I mean, I always respected and loved what he did, but I thought that was his thing, and I've got my own thing. But
Right.
now
You
as
appreciate.
I get older, I don't want to do anything. I don't want to do dirty stuff. I don't want to do
Really?
I got a couple dirty jokes, but I
You want to connect with
I don't want
every person.
I want to write timeless funny stuff.
Huh, that's so cool. And you're doing a lot of stuff. You're working the